content is for educational purposes only, drawing from our professional and educational experiences and opinions. Please use this information at your own personal or professional discretion. We are not liable for anything you do with this information. All are welcome to contribute electrical questions. No free advertising for any organization or personal business. Please do not mention names of individuals, organizations, or municipalities. No profanity. Respectful dialogue only. No electrical code calculation questions. No engineering questions. Now, tune in for valuable insights and join the conversation. Please, no code calculation questions.
Good evening. Welcome to Ask the Lady Electrical Inspector podcast. I am your host, Tabatha L. Tonight, I am diving into the world of ground fault circuit interrupters, commonly known as GFCIs. These devices play a crucial role in electrical safety, so allow me to break it down for you. In this episode, I will be covering key aspects of ground fault circuit interrupters to enhance your understanding and promote electrical safety. I will explain the significance of GFCIs in electrical systems and how they contribute to safety across various settings. I will detail the essential electrical standards and requirements that govern GFCIs, crucial for maintaining a secure electrical environment and preventing potential hazards. I will highlight common locations of GFCIs during electrical inspections to aid in identifying them, effectively reducing electrical inspection failures and ensuring their proper operations. I will address questions from homeowners and industry professionals. Stay tuned for an informative episode on GFCI and their roles in electrical safety. Understanding the significance of GFCI protection. A GFCI ground fault circuit interrupter is a crucial automatic device providing personal protection against lethal electrical shock or electrocution. This special electrical receptacle or outlet can swiftly halt electrical power within milliseconds as a safety measure. It functions by tripping electrical circuits upon detecting ground faults or leakage current. If a person's body experiences a shock, the GFCI promptly identifies it and shuts off the power to prevent any harm. Typically, GFCIs are placed in areas susceptible to contact between individuals and electrical appliances in or around moisture, water, or pipelines. These installations aim to enhance safety in such environments. There are 4 common types of GFCI ground fault interrupters. GFCIs, each serving a similar function but with distinct applications and constraints. The first type, a GFCI outlet, resembling a standard electrical outlet. It safeguards any appliance plugged into it. However, it can be wired to protect other outlets daisy-chained to it. Second type, GFCI blank face. When downstream, protection is a priority. A faceless GFCI comes into play. This unique GFCI, lacking outlets but equipped with essential test and reset buttons, ensures safety. It is particularly suitable for hot tubs and spas and can be mounted indoors to safeguard and outdoor outlets downstream. The third type, GFCI circuit breaker. A GFCI circuit breaker serves as a comprehensive safeguard for an entire electrical circuit, replacing a standard circuit breaker on the main circuit panel board of your home or business. Unlike multiple GFCI outlets, a single GFCI circuit breaker can protect an entire circuit, and that includes bathrooms or any outdoor outlets or any outlets. This type of circuit breaker is frequently utilized to ensure compliance with code standards for easily accessible locations. Ensure that the GFCI circuit breaker is listed for your main electrical panel. That's a requirement, a code requirement that it has to be suitable for your electrical panel. So whatever brand you have, make sure you get the GFCI for that panel brand. Manufacturer. In cases of older panels utilizing fuses, opt for GFCI outlets instead of a GFCI breaker. So if you have a fuse panel, you can't use a GFCI breaker, of course. The fourth type is a portable GFCI, ideal for mobile applications. Portable GFCIs offer comparable functionality to their fixed counterpart in homes, commonly used by contractors at job sites. They are also suitable for temporary tasks and using electrical tools indoor and outdoor. Remember, portable GFCIs are not suitable for permanent installations at home or businesses. They should only be utilized when extending power from an unprotected outlet into potentially hazardous environments, such as if you're using them outside or on a construction site or at home in your garage. It should not be used permanently just while you're using it for that application and then put it away. Now I will go into the GFCI standards and requirements. Ground fault circuit interrupter protection is required in receptacles or outlets installed near a water source. Requirements and standards for GFCIs are established by the National Electrical Code to prevent against shock hazard. Article 210.8, 2003 National Electrical Code. Shaded text revisions and text deletion. A listed Class A GFCI device is required for all dwelling unit locations. To be considered Class A device, the GFCI must be listed under Article to be considered a Class A device, the GFCI must be listed under UL 943. UL standards require GFCIs to be self-testing. Most self-testing GFCI receptacles check for circuit functionality every 15 minutes. GFCI protection is required for 120 volts to 250 volt receptacles supplied by a single-phase branch circuit rated 150 volts or less to ground. GFCI outlets protect all outlets on the same circuit as well as connected tools and appliances. GFCI receptacles are required in bathrooms, garages, crawl spaces, basements, laundry rooms, and areas where water source is present. The 2023 National Electrical Code updated protection in all kitchen receptacles, expanding the GFCI requirements. GFCI receptacles must be readily accessible, capable of being reached quickly for operation, renewal, or inspections without requiring those to whom readily access is required to be taken without using any tool to climb over or under or to remove any obstacles. Or to resort to a portable ladder. Code making panel 1. Now I will give you more locations. The National Electrical Code mandates the GFCI protection to ensure safety for individuals connecting to electrical systems. Specifically, Article 210.8A of the National Electrical Code outlines the essential areas where GFCIs must be installed in dwelling units. For dwelling units, the National Electrical Code requires GFCI protection for receptacles that are located, I said the bathrooms, the garage areas, kitchen areas. So I'll go back to the kitchen area and the kitchens. So a common reason why the kitchen fail electrical inspection, because in a kitchen, the GFCI is required for the dishwasher and also for the garbage disposal. So if you're going to install a GFCI, it has to be readily accessible, meaning that the garbage disposal cannot block the GFCI without removing any part of building structure or without using any tool. So if you're going to install it, it needs to be to the left or to the right, but not directly behind the garbage disposal. Sinks, where receptacles are installed within 6 feet from the top inside edge of the bowl or the sink. Common reasons why the sinks fail. It doesn't matter where the sink is located. The code requires that a GFCI protection is required for receptacles located within 6 feet of any sink or water supply. So if it's located within 6 feet, whether it's in a utility closet, garage, sink outside, it doesn't matter. It has to be GFCI protected within 6 feet. Basements in unfinished areas not designated for living. The reason why it fails in basements, that would be your furnace area, your hot water heater area, and the floors are made out of concrete and the walls are not done. That's considered an unfinished basement. So any receptacles located in an unfinished basement are required to be GFCI protected. Boathouses, also, I'll give you other areas in your homes where GFCIs are commonly used would be Article 424.44G. Electrical space heating cables, also known as heated floor. Your heated floor in your bathroom or kitchens, because they are located in kitchens, because this area is considered a damp location. The bathroom is wet and damp. The floor could be damp. GFCI protection is required for the controller of the heated floor. Elevators in the pit rooms, in the machine rooms, Article 620.23, 620.85. You can look there for elevators because they are required in those locations. Swimming pools, Article 680.32, 680.60, 680.71, just to name a few, but in swimming pools. Commercial locations, other than dwelling units, Article 210.8b. So the locations for the receptacles in commercial areas also include bathrooms. So any receptacle located in a bathroom requires GFCI protection. Those are including the receptacles located under the sink, because that's something that is commonly failed. The ones that are located for the automatic hand washers, those need to be GFCI protected as well in any receptacle in a commercial bathroom. Kitchen appliances. So in the kitchen, the GFCIs are required in commercial kitchens. Every 120 volt to let me go back. Single phase circuits rated 150 volts or less to ground, 50 amperes or less in all receptacles. So for the kitchen, those appliances are required to be GFCI protected. Now, the common reason why the kitchen fail inspection is because the appliances are blocking the GFCI. If that's the case, you would need to use a breaker for the GFCIs in the kitchen location. Just use a breaker because you're not allowed to move a refrigerator over. It can't be behind the dishwasher. It can't be behind the range. It has to be readily accessible without removing anything out of the way or climbing over anything. So as well, the sink areas in the kitchen, those have to be GFCI protected as well. Now, there are some revisions to 2023, including the beverage preparation or cooking area, buffet serving areas with permanent provisions for food serving, beverage serving, or cooking. Indoor and outdoor location, locker rooms with associate showering facilities. So normally this would be in schools and colleges, but for certain companies, they do have locker rooms for their employees, and if those areas have showering facilities, those receptacles must be GFCI protected. Also, some corporations have them in the lower level for employees as well. So just remember, if you have a locker room or an employee room and it has showering facilities, those receptacles are required now. Garages, crawl spaces, aquariums, tanks and bowls, laundry areas. So now I will give you some specific appliance locations for GFCIs. In the 2023 National Electrical Code, specific changes have been made to Article 210.8d, specifically outlining the specific appliances that now require Class A GFCI protection. The updated article now lists the following 12 items that necessitate this protection either at the branch circuit level or at the outlet directly supplying the appliance. Automotive vacuum machines, drinking water coolers, and bottle filling stations. That is another one that commonly fail inspection. At the drinking water stations, you are required to have a GFCI breaker because you have to use a special tool to remove the cover from the water fountain. So the GFCI must be readily accessible without removing any tool. without having to use any tool. So to take that cover off, a tool is required. So that's something that I commonly fail. I'll move along. High pressure spray washing machines, tire inflation machines, vending machines. A vending machine is also something that I fail on a regular basis because some vending machines come equipped with the GFCI protection inside. But you're going to have to prove that or show me that on the inspection. And if not, if it's not readily available or you can prove it, you need a GFCI receptacle or breaker. Notably, the previous details requirements on how GFCI protections should be implemented, as outlined in the previous version of Article 210.8d, have been removed. This modification aims to simplify the enforcement process for electricians and electrical inspectors. Additional articles requiring GFCI protection. Article 511.12, commercial garages. 517.28, healthcare facilities. 525.23, carnival, circus, and fairs. 527.9, temporary installation. 547.5G, agricultural buildings. 555.19, marinas and boatyards. Article 680.32, swimming pools. 680.62, therapeutic pools and hydro massage tubs. Article 620, elevators and escalators. Adhering to these NEC requirements, GFCI ensures protection for individuals interacting with electrical systems in various residential and commercial locations. Now I will answer questions from homeowners and industry professionals. Question: can two-prong receptacles be replaced with GFCI receptacles? Yes. Article 406.4 D2B. A non-grounding type receptacle can be replaced with a GFCI type receptacle. The GFCI receptacle or cover plate must be marked no equipment ground. The 2023 National Electrical Code brings a crucial update in NEC 406.4 D8 by requiring a ground fault protection of equipment, GFPE. This is a new critical update. 406.4 D8 requires ground fault protection of equipment for replacement receptacles, such as two-prong receptacles. This mandate aligns with existing code requirements, like the provisions for GFCI and AFCI protection in Article 406.4 D3 and 406.4 D4, respectively. This new GFPE requirement enhances electrical system safety by integrating GFPE during modification and upgrades. Aging electrical systems benefit from increased protection, promoting safety for individuals using equipment and ensuring the reliability of electrical infrastructure. Question: when are expansion fittings required? National Electrical Code 23, new requirements for expansion fittings where the earth movement is a issue. New material. Article 352.44b, earth movement expansion fittings for underground runs of direct burial PVC conduit emerging from the ground shall be provided above grade when required to compensate for earth settling or movement, including frost heave. In the 2023 National Electrical Code, Article 352.44b was added, which requires expansion fittings to be installed above ground when a direct barrier of PVC conduit emerges from the ground. So this, for expansion fittings, this often fails for branch circuits because the contractors, the electricians, they normally always put it on the service PVC conduits, but when they're running branch circuit conduits, PVC conduits, that's when it's often missed. So if you're running power and you're underground and there's a potential for the earth to shift, any movement of the earth, whether it's gravel or rock, if it's not concrete, only thing that's allowed is concrete where it cannot expand. But if it's under dirt or gravel, you must have an expansion fitting. Before this new code section was added, Article 352 only required expansion fittings in PVC conduit to compensate for thermal expansion and contraction, where the length changes in accordance with Table 352.44 was expected to be a quarter inch or greater in a straight run between securing the straps. Question: can I install a refurbished used circuit breaker? No. Article 240.2, new material, 240.2, reconditioned equipment. In the National Electrical Code 23, significant changes have been made regarding the rules on reconditioned equipment. The previous guidelines found in Article 240 have been reorganized, with the requirements now detailed in the new Article 240.2. Definitions that were once located in Article 240.2 have been shifted to Article 100 for clarity. Article 240.2 now encompasses regulations on reconditioned equipment, consolidating rules from previous articles like Article 240.62 and 240.88. Additionally, new provisions have been added to prohibit the reconditioning of ground fault circuit interrupters and equipment providing ground fault protection of equipment, GFPE. That's the new article that was added. That's the new article. New material, Article 240.2, reconditioned equipment. Reconditioning not permitted. The following equipment shall not be reconditioned: equipment providing ground fault protection, equipment, ground fault circuit interrupters, low voltage fuse holders and low voltage non-renewable fuses, molded case circuit breakers, low voltage power circuit breakers, electronic trip units, reconditionings that are permitted. The following equipment shall be permitted to be reconditioned: low voltage power circuit breakers, mechanical protective relays, and current transformers. Reconditioned equipment shall be listed as reconditioned and comply with Article 110.21A2. It's crucial to differentiate between molded case circuit breakers and low voltage power circuit breakers, as some large frame molded case circuit breakers may be mistakenly identified as the latter. For equipment covered in Article 210.2b that undergoes reconditioning, compliance with Article 210.21a is mandatory. This entails removing or rendering permanently the original listing marked and incorporating specific markings such as reconditioning. This entails removing or rendering permanently illegible the original listing mark and incorporating specific listings such as reconditioning. Organization name or trademark, the reconditioning date, and a clear indication that the equipment has been reconditioned. As always, please check with the authority having jurisdiction for special consideration for refurbished or reconditioned equipment. Additional information on any electrical ordinance regarding the refurbished breakers, the authority having jurisdiction will assist in that manner, in that situation or that situation. Tune in next Wednesday. I will give insight into remodeling jobs consisting of knob and tube wiring methods. My goal is to be proactive in preventing future non-compliant issues before the inspection. If you have any questions or comments or would like to suggest a specific topic, please contact me on any of my social media pages: Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, under the moniker Ask the Lady Electrical Inspector. If you would like to add to this discussion or provide feedback, you can email me at asktheladyelectricalinspector@gmail.com with any questions or concerns. If you would like to be a guest, email me at asktheladyelectricalinspector@gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.